You know what? My hair was styled this morning, then I went for lunch with my nan, got caught in the rain, and I refused to style it again. So the hairband will have to do. It's all going on today. Anyway, hello, hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing some more dupes in a side-by-side comparison. I love finding a good, affordable alternative. As much as I love my high-end makeup, because there are some things that are really, really great, I also love things that are affordable and are significantly less money. Who doesn't love a bargain? I also desperately need a matcha whisk, because I just got a big old lump of matcha in my mouth. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering if I've had Botox, I actually haven't. I still get people asking me if I have had Botox. I'm not totally against getting in the future, but for now, the main thing that has been doing wonders for my skin is my Dermatica subscription. Since I gave birth, I'm back on the strong stuff and we have cranked up that formula and it is doing bits for my skin. Also, I'm pretty sure since having my baby that my hormonal acne has cleared up. Fingers crossed. I used to get hormonal acne all the time kind of on my cheeks, and Dermatica did an amazing job at kind of helping reduce the scarring. Now that I don't have the active acne anymore, just from using this and increasing the strength of the actives in my formula, I think my skin looks amazing in terms of the reduction of the scarring on my cheeks. As well, the difference that I've noticed in the fine lines that were on my forehead and also like kind of here under my eyes has been amazing. I do still have my discount code. It is SOPH50. That gets you 50% off your first 3 months. It's normally $24.99, so that saves you a chunk of money if you did want to try this. I'm so incredibly happy about how it's working, and obviously that is one of the great things about Dermatica, that you can adjust your subscription and the ingredients in this. You speak to their dermatology team and their experts and say, you know, oh, can we try changing this, or like this particular thing isn't working, this particular thing is working, and they can be like, okay, sure, let's adapt your formula, tweak little things and try that instead. It's just great how it's such a personalized service. And I always want to stress the reason why this works well is because they have got access to the stronger active ingredients, your retinoids, the things that you can't get in regular bog standard skincare products, and that is why it works so well. So I am so incredibly happy with my skin at the moment. I think this is the best that my skin has actually been in maybe, I want to say like 8 years. And there are so many different skin concerns that they can help with. So things like acne, and obviously acne scarring, which was one of my things, fine lines and wrinkles, general skin brightness, melasma, rosacea, sunspots, kind of pigmentation, and other things as well. They have it all over on their website, so I will leave a link down below if anyone's interested. You just fill out the form. Their dermatology team kind of assesses your skin. You take pictures from different angles and basically let them know what it is that you want to try and help kind of correct, and then put together your own little formula. I've seen people in my comments saying that they had success with this, and I've also recommended it to my real life friends. Just speaking on my own personal experience, it's really worked for me and I really love it. So I will leave a link down below. Thanks, Dermatica, love ya. Right, let's get into these dupes. Also, why do I suddenly like matcha? It was like something in my brain clicked and then I thought, delicious! When previously I was like, I actually just realised that I did not moisturise yet. I'm just gonna prime my face. Also, if you have any dupes yourself for things, let me know down below. And give this a thumbs up while you're at it. That really helps me out. Thank you so much. The first dupe is for this, which is the most ridiculously overpriced, expensive foundation in the world. I've done a whole video about the Victoria Beckham Beauty brand. They do have a few nice things, but overall my general consensus was that it's very overpriced. Especially this foundation, it's over £100. Every time I use this, I'm like, well, that's another £5. I know that it's got good skincare ingredients in there, but I just, even so, crazy money. I've been trying to go through my foundations and figure out which one is the closest to the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. In my head, the Ilia Skin Tint is most kind of similar. That one's around the £40 mark though, so it's still not cheap. In terms of drugstore products, I still haven't found a drugstore foundation that matches this. So I mean, you know what? Fair play. I'm trying though. I'm working through the foundations every time I go into Boots and Superdrug. I'm swatching things on the back of my hand thinking, is that comparable? However, something that I have seen people compare this to is the Kylie Skin Tint. I've not actually tried this yet. This is £28. So it's still not drugstore prices, but it's not £104. It's like a quarter of the price of the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. I got sent a couple of shades of the Kylie one in a PR package. That is so bizarre. Did they like make a spelling mistake or something? Because why is there a sticker over it and I can see another logo under that sticker? That is so weird. I'm peeling that off. I must see. It literally has got the same thing underneath it. I think the translation underneath is wrong. Okay, whatever, I'm taking the sticker off, that's fine. What shade have I got? I've got the shade 2 in the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, and 2 is a very neutral shade. The Kylie Jenner one in 2W definitely looks a lot more yellowy. Oh, whoops. This is the Kylie one. That's the VB one. That's both of them blended. Okay, they are not comparable shades at all. I was gonna say one end looks a lot more comparable. No, it don't. It's a lot lighter. The one end shade looks like it's potentially oxidizing a tiny bit. Maybe I just go for one end. Let's do the dupes on this side. Okay, something that I'm noticing straight off the bat is that the Kylie one definitely seems more liquidy, more runny, whereas this one, the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, it's thicker. I mean, it's not thick by any means, but it just doesn't drip the same way. Let's blend out the Kylie side first. I see a lot of people raving about this. I do think the shade is maybe a little bit light. Okay. Wow, actually, given how thin it is, that has better coverage than I expected it to have. Let's just push the headband back a little bit. Interesting, you know, that's actually more... It's not matte, but it's more matte than I was expecting it to be, if that makes sense. I thought it was going to be a lot more glowy, but it's actually, I guess, like a natural sort of finish. Satin finish. So that is the Kylie side. And then let's blend out the VB side. Yeah, this foundation match for me is just next level. Usually I use my fingers, actually. I don't know why I'm using a brush for this today. Let's just see, shall we? Okay, interesting. The Kylie one definitely has got more coverage. The Victoria Beckham Beauty one is definitely more natural and definitely more glowy. You see how this one has a real sheen to it? It kind of makes you look like a doll. Whereas the Kylie one is a lot less glowy, isn't it? I wouldn't say that's a dupe at all. They're not similar in terms of finish. I like both of the finishes of them, but they're not, I wouldn't say they're a dupe for each other. So if you're looking for something very similar to the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, the Kylie one isn't a dupe. It looks nice though, and I think actually if you have oily skin, you'd probably prefer the Kylie one because it's not as glowy and wet looking as the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. I really like the look of the Kylie one. It still looks natural. It doesn't look heavy at all. The Victoria one is really nice, but it's not £104 nice. I'll keep searching. A dupe that I've been talking about, but I haven't actually yet tested side by side, so I thought perfect opportunity. This is the Merit Beauty bronzer stick. I've got the shade Sen. This is the bronze balm, and I really love this product. It blends so beautifully. It's like a balmy sort of texture, and it gives a nice glow. Not like a shimmery glow, but just like almost, yeah, like I guess balmy sort of glow, but it's a gorgeous blendable bronzer. Quite a natural one as well, so if you're not into your super heavy makeup, this one might be for you. But something similar, I think anyway, is the Rimmel Multitasker 3-in-1 bronzing stick. I've got mine in the shade 02 medium. Let's see, shall we? My favourite way to apply cream bronzers is to take a bit on my brush. I like how this is quite subtle, and that's what they both sort of do for me. Like, it's a subtle, balmy kind of texture that just blends really beautifully with anything, really. Yeah, it's just so easy to blend in. Quite a natural sort of finish, and then let's draw a little bit down my nose. I know that it's not a contour, but we all know here that I don't bother every day with proper contour. And then on the other side, let's take the Merit Beauty one. Oh, that reminds me, I've not used my Merit Beauty blush in a while. I love their cream blush. Okay, I think the Merit one is slightly cooler toned. The Rimmel one maybe looks a little bit more orange, but it's more like the formula that I was thinking was similar. Like, do you see what I mean? They both give that balmy sort of glow. And I actually think both together, you can't really tell the difference. The Merit one is maybe a tiny bit more pigmented, so you don't need to kind of dip as many times. But I would say that's a pretty good dupe. What do we think? Here's the catch, guys. And something that actually to consider about drugstore makeup. Fine if you want to kind of like test new things and try things and you're not 100% sure if you like something, then maybe it makes more sense at a lot of times to go for the drugstore. But with some things, and quite often I find with bronzers and blushes, in the Rimmel you get 4.5 grams of product. In the Merit Beauty you get 12.5 grams of product. So you get more than double the amount of product in the Merit Beauty one. So that's obviously something to consider. I don't have a cream blush dupe today. Somebody recently told me that apparently Emco Beauty have got a dupe of the Rhode blushes. I don't think they've come to the UK yet. I could be wrong, maybe just not in my local Superdrug, but when they do, I will definitely test them. In terms of powder, we have very recently in the UK got the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powders. I will admit I'm slightly disappointed that they don't have all of the shades, because in the US they've got loads of different skin tone shades. In the UK we've got translucent, we've got the pink one, and we've got the banana one. Honestly, since this arrived in the UK a few weeks ago, this is all I've been using. Another translucent powder that I really like is the Anastasia Loose powder, which is another translucent loose white powder that doesn't have flashback. So I thought today, let's just test them. If I'm doing a dupes video anyway, we may as well put these two to the test. Oh my god, I've not put any concealer on, you silly Billy. Let's just pop on a little bit of this Collection Ultra Cover in the shade 4W. Does anyone else have these little Jordana Tisha palettes? Because I really love the palette, but they are so hard to get open, because like once you close that in there, it's like hidden in this, and then when your hands are slippery, like very difficult to get open. Anyway, I digress. Let's just blend out a little bit of concealer. Maybelline loose powder going on now. What I like about this is that even though it's white, you know, sometimes you put on a white translucent powder and it just never blends out and then it just looks white. This one just disappears, thank goodness. And it is super duper smoothing. So there we go, that's the Maybelline. Sorry, let me just blend me creases again. And on the other eye, let's do the Anastasia one. Guys, I prefer the Maybelline. It feels like it's done a better job at setting. And I still put on quite a lot of that one. Also, the ABH one looks more white. Oh, Maybelline, you legend. Let's just do my eyelids. Okay, so obviously for the rest of my face, taking the ABH one. I love finding a good dupe. I think it's been like ingrained into me since I was a child. Like, you don't need expensive things for them to be good. Which I'm so glad that I was raised that way. I mean, it wasn't even specifically that I was raised that way. I think like when I was younger, I obviously just didn't have the money to buy loads of expensive makeup. And so where I started was just buying like the cheapest things that I could possibly find and then seeing if I could make them work. And I would always try and make my money go as far as it possibly could, you know? My face is definitely lighter than the rest of my body because I have some gradual tan on and both of those foundations were like my pale shade. So I think I need a bit of extra powder bronzer. I'm just gonna add a bit of my Rare Beauty bronzer everywhere. This next dupe, I cannot quite believe. I did a big order off of Boots for a brand called Catrice, which we don't really have super easily accessible in the UK, although I think it's now in Primark. So I've done a big order of them because I want to try doing a full face of Catrice, which do I do that on YouTube or do I do it on TikTok? I probably will do it on YouTube. But when this arrived, it's the Catrice Soft Glam Baked Blush. I opened it up and thought, that is the Rare Beauty blushes. Like, that looks so similar. And I was thinking, okay, well, it can't like perform the same. When you swatch these, it looks so similar. I've not actually tried this on my cheeks yet. My sad looking Rare Beauty baked blush. These normally look domed and gorgeous, but mine smashed into a million pieces all over the floor. Actually, I did make a short of me fixing my Rare Beauty blushes and highlighters. I've got my Rare Beauty blush in the shade Cheer, and I've got my Catrice blush in the shade On Cloud Pink. These to me look pretty similar. The Catrice one is perhaps a little bit more pink. The Rare Beauty one is a little bit more orange. Let's go for it. And you know what? I'm going to do the Catrice one first. Let's dip into some of that. Okay, it does look very pigmented. And then let's just swirl it all over my cheek as I would with the Rare Beauty one. Maybe I should have done some kind of cream blush as a base, but I just wanted to see like the full effects of this. Clearly the Catrice ones aren't quite as fragile because it did actually arrive in one piece. Whereas the Catrice bronzer, that was another story. That one was smashed to a million pieces and I had to reorder it. Yeah, sorry, whoever works in the Boots warehouse, the makeup came with no like bubble wrap or anything. That looks really pretty. It has a similar kind of glow to the Rare Beauty one. That is a really gorgeous blush. Okay, let me just do this. And then let's take the Rare Beauty one on the other side and see if this is anything similar. Swirling it all around. Okay, yeah, the Catrice one's definitely more pink, isn't it? Rare Beauty one's a little bit more peachy. But again, I'm mostly just going for the formula here. Okay. Okay, you know what? My main observation is the Rare Beauty one seems to be more sort of finely milled in that it looks smoother on my face and it almost gives that like wet look effect, which I just love and adore. But in terms of the glow, this still gives a beautiful glow, but this one I think looks a little bit less smooth. Don't get me wrong, it's still really nice. You see how the Rare Beauty one almost is like melted in with the rest of my, not melted, but like it's so incredibly smooth and like fine, and you can't see any sort of chunkiness on my cheek. Do you see what I mean? It's almost reflective. Whereas the Catrice one I feel like looks a little bit more textured. Does that make sense? It looks more makeup-y. Obviously the Rare Beauty one does look like I'm wearing makeup, but do you understand what I mean? This one looks a little bit more textured. Still beautiful though. I'm just going to put on a little bit more just to like build it up a bit. Oh, I didn't wipe my brush off. And then the excess of both of them I'm just going to put on my nose. Considering the Catrice one is like £5 or £6 and the Rare Beauty one is maybe 25. I would say actually that one's a pretty good dupe. The Rare Beauty one's just slightly more seamless. Let me just put some eyebrows on. For my lips, I saw this on Instagram. I will insert the video, the user who I saw post about this. It is a dupe for the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao liner, which this can be used as an eyeliner. It can be used as a lip liner. This is the Rimmel London Oh My Plump Lip Shaper in Rich Cacao. I really like both of these and I didn't even realise that this was a dupe of this. But apparently the shades are super similar, so let's put it to the test. So Makeup Forever on this side. This actually perfectly matches my headband, which makes me very happy. Yeah, these Makeup Forever pencils are so nice. They're super creamy, super blendable. Just a good quality lip liner. So that is the high-end side. And then on the drugstore side, we have got Rimmel London. You know what? I don't know why these are called Oh My Plump, because they don't feel tingly or anything. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're literally the same colour. Sometimes the dupes, they're a bit off. That is almost an exact dupe on my skin tone. They are so similar. So for my gloss, I did make a short about this dupe, but this is the REM Beauty Gloss in the Plumping Lip Gloss in Fembot versus the e.l.f. Plumping Lip Oil in the shade Apricot Feelings. If you have a little look up close, they both have a very similar sort of colour shift. They've both got little tiny glitters in them. The base colour is sort of like a pinkish mauve, and then they've both got little purple and blue flecks in them. Let's do the e.l.f. one first on this side. They're both definitely plumping. The REM one is more plumping out of the two of them, and I would also say that the REM one has got slightly more sparkles, so it's a little bit more glittery. Oh, it smells so much nicer as well. It's like vanilla-y, whereas the e.l.f. one's like a minty smell. I think I said in that review that I would say that the REM one isn't sticky at all. The e.l.f. one is maybe like 10% sticky. It's not like sticky gloopy, it's just like when you compare them side by side, you can feel a slight difference. But actually on my lips, they both have a similar level of glossiness. The sparkles aren't super in your face. In the tube, it almost looks like a bit much, but actually on your lips, in regular sort of natural lighting, you can't see the sparkles that intensely. It's more just like a clear with a slight bit of sparkle. But under artificial light, you can definitely see the sparkles. Actually, let me do that. This is with my camera flash on and like turning the lights down. Obviously, I know that not everything on my face is a dupe, but looking at me now, you would never even be able to tell. Like, I don't think you would ever look at me and be like, well, her blush is different on both sides, or her lip gloss is different on both sides, or lip liner, or anything that I tested today. I'm just going to answer a question of the day. If you've got any more questions for me, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day, and I might answer one in my next video. Oh my god, they're both so spicy, actually. They've actually started to get very spicy in my mouth and on my tongue. Whew. Today's question comes from ClaireBear092, and they have said, what milky toners do you recommend? There's so many, I can't decide. You know what? The Rhode one is actually nice, but I don't think that you necessarily need it. I like the Thayer's one actually, which is much more of like a thin milky toner. I would say that my favorite one that I've tried is the Haru Haru Wonder one. This one you can get from Boots. It's a very similar feeling to the Rhode one. I'm just trying to think if I've tried any others. I would say that this one is my favorite though. It's the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Probiotic Barrier Essence. I think I've actually used this in a few videos, but it sits really nicely under makeup, and the texture is like a thin moisturizer, I would say. Kind of like a cross between a serum and a moisturizer, but it feels hydrating, but without feeling thick at all. I would say that that one is my favorite out of the ones that I've tried, but the other two that I mentioned are also nice. Boots' own brand have got one, but I haven't tried it. But I think it's supposed to be like a dupe of the Rhode one. Right, everybody, I am gonna go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I will link everything down below. Thank you so much again to Dematica for sponsoring the first part of this video. And I hope you guys are doing good. Let me know if there are any other videos that you want to see, as always, or just any dupes that you have, or just anything. Leave me a question of the day. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.